Hey guys, Dan and back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin actually looking like it wants to retest the 2021 high, which usually means the bottom's almost in. This looks like full-on capitulation at this time. It's kind of insane. Bitcoin dominance has actually been dropping for the last 3 days. It looks like it's trying to get below the bull market support band, meaning alts have been holding up a little bit better than Bitcoin. And I think this is pretty much just because alts have performed so poorly this cycle that, I mean, there's not much left to go down, to be honest. I mean, Solana looking, at $88, $89, below $100, which is pretty insane. Fully sweep the 2014 low. Litecoin, $56, looking like it wants to break below these long-term support trend lines that we have drawn here on the chart. Ethereum looking like it's almost heading to the 2018 low, but this one is actually holding up better in terms of the April low, right? Ethereum had some really big pullbacks, 66% just from, December to April lows. So pretty insane pullback there. Hype has actually been holding up quite well on the, daily, weekly time frames. Doge now below 10 cents. Even XRP testing the bottom of this channel, which could potentially break down. It has not filled the bottom of the wick as some of altcoins have. Even BNB, down, what are we looking here? 50%. So pretty insane for altcoins, how much they've been sold off. Crowcoin looking like it's trying to break below, long-term support. Dot looking like it wants to go to $1. Pretty insane. Yeah, so that's what we got going on. Even ZEC here, completely breaking down here. So pretty insane. Usually what happens is, we will kind of retest the high from the last cycle. We did that, 2018. I see a bunch of people posting on X that we have never gone below the previous cycle's all-time high, and that is just, so false. Here you go. 2017 all-time high was 19,000, and then we came down to 15,000. So I don't know how anyone has can post that on X repeatedly. The only one that we didn't go below was this peak back in 2013, and we did not go back and go below that, but we absolutely did in the 2022 bear market. I've seen a lot of people that have been very bearish on the space now filling their first orders. We just dipped below 70k on in the last literally 5 minutes or so. We have dipped below. We hit 79,851. It depends on the exchange you're on. Actually, Bitstamp, it actually made a higher low just now, but the crypto, the total crypto Bitcoin made a lower low. So did Binance, and so did Coinbase. So pretty insane. If we go to this macro setup I have here, the Coinbase premium, meaning how much is being sold by Coinbase in America, is like the lowest it's ever been, besides back here in 2024, right at this first big pullback after the big run up through 100k. Hash Miners also has a buy signal January 6th. Usually this takes a while to play out. It doesn't always play out, but it does a lot of time. You can see we had one back here, and then we had a couple months, and then a big push into a new all-time high. So that's interesting. The risk metrics are just very low now at this point, to the lowest they've been since even lower than April. So I have this one risk metric up here, and it basically shows, how risky it is entering into a trade. And on Bitcoin, I mean, it's down to 0.06. And if we look, that's bear market lows. So that's pretty insane. If we go to even my, let's go to my clean chart here. If we look at even RSI, if we go weekly here, weekly RSI is pretty much getting close to the bottom that we saw in 2022 for this big capitulation wick down. So even RSI, let's look at monthly RSI, and monthly RSI is basically at the same exact level that we saw in the 2018 bear market, of about 43. So on that RSI, it's pretty insane. Let's go to daily. Daily RSI is the lowest it's been since 2023 in this massive pullback right here, and it's almost made it down to this big capitulation wick in 2023. So that's pretty insane. The only other time that it was that low was pretty much the literal bottom over here in 2022. So in terms of RSI, we are like extremely oversold. So I still do think that if you are looking to get out of the market, I think some people are starting to scale into the market, you know, with small percentages. A lot of people DCA, maybe I see some people doing 10, 30% into their positions right here at this price. I do think we still get a bounce. I mean, I keep saying that, and there is no bounce in sight. But another thing is we actually just retested this breakout from this for the first time. So you can see we kind of, if you draw a line between the top of the wick and through, you can see we came down, we broke out above this, and then now we're retesting it. So we could see a bounce from here. It does not have to resolve into a higher high. A higher high would change a lot of things, obviously, but I don't think we'll see a higher high. But if you are looking to exit some more of your position in anticipation of us going even lower in, you know, the mid-summer end of this year, and finally finding a bottom like we have so many times in, you know, if you believe the 4-year cycles are here, like always, we should bottom, you know, about, let's see, when was my, we should bottom sometime, you know, October-ish of this year. So if you're expecting that to be the same as always, we could still see as much as another 30% drop from here. But, you know, if you haven't exited any of your position, I don't know that you want to try to, you know, assume that we're just going to continue way lower. In, you know, what could happen is you could sell everything right here at 70 and then try to buy back at 48. But what if we only bottom at 50 and see a huge wick back up above 70? So then you're going to be buying back in at a higher price you sold. So it's kind of, at this point, it's like trying to catch a falling knife. You could, if you've already taken profits, you know, start to DCA back into some of your positions. It is interesting that Bitcoin dominance is starting to come down. Now, we've seen that many times. We've seen right here, it looks like Bitcoin dominance was trying to come down in the beginning of January. And then, you know, Bitcoin dominance did a nice little run up. So that doesn't necessarily mean, you know, Bitcoin dominance is done. The other thing is USDT dominance is in this area where I figured we would be in a bear market bottom, which is kind of interesting. I put this green box here a long time ago because, you know, for 2022, once we got into this area up here, we were pretty much in the bottom of the bear market, and we're now entering that territory. So that's pretty insane. Now USDT is going up just because altcoins have had poor performance, and there's a lot more USDT that's being printed, right? So there's just a lot more of it. If you do USDT plus USDC, we're not quite as close as we are with just USDT dominance. So you can see here, you know, the absolute top would be about 16%, but we had another kind of top right here at about 15%. So, you know, we're not as close in terms of this here, but again, we are in some major resistance area where we've bounced back down a couple times. Doesn't mean that, you know, the bottom is in. I do foresee prices going a lot lower, but I think we could see at minimum a big bounce here, and there is still some chance that this is like literally the complete bottom. The market structure bill is being fought on by all sorts of different entities. A lot is like banks are talking about maybe wanting to hold some of the stable coins so that custodians don't hold all of it. You know, banks are, I think, in my opinion, fighting, you know, for their lives because crypto adoption could kind of make banks you know, useless, right? Because I mean, for example, even Coinbase right now, you know, you can hold USDT USDC on Coinbase, and you can get paid whatever, I think it's 4.5%, which is really good yields. The market structure bill potentially might remove yields for just holding stable coins. And I think that is, banks lobbying to get that removed because they're threatened. But I mean, you can put your cash easily back and forth into Coinbase. You get your money instantly. You can buy stocks now on Coinbase. They even had prediction markets, but the prediction markets, damn, the fees are extremely high. I mean, fees in general are quite high on Coinbase. I do use Bitunix for a lot of my stuff just because the fees are so low. Spot, leverage trading, whatever you want to do. I do have an affiliate link below for Bitunix. That is my favorite exchange right now. I do have an affiliate link for Coinbase as well if you trust them more. But I've been using Bitunix for a long time, and you can also do no KYC if you care about your privacy. So you can, do no KYC. You can do Litecoin, buy Litecoin, Solana, Bitcoin, a lot more coins even on Coinbase. Although Coinbase lately has added a lot of coins and basically added all the Solana coins, which there's like trillions of. But anyways, affiliate link below to Bitunix. If you do want lower fees, use my link and you get lower fees for a couple months here. If you want to purchase anything, start DCAing back into some of these positions. Pretty insane. This is pretty insane. I did not expect this to come so quickly. It has been very quickly that I'm just really surprised here how fast we've just started coming down here. And I mean, I think we're going to test the 2021 all-time high, maybe even as soon as, today or tomorrow, or maybe we bounce right before it, kind of like we did originally. We came down to this this April, tariff tantrum. We came down here and we kind of front ran it and then looked like we were going to bounce, but now obviously we're back down below that. I took some good profits on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I didn't take any profits on Solana, which is a super big bummer because I purchased a bunch of Solana at like $100 to $120, and it ran up all the way to 280. I took like 10% of my profits, was clearly nowhere near enough. But I mean, look at this April tariffs bill here. I mean, look at how big this was. This was 67%, which is just insane. What are we even at right now? I mean, right now we're only at 64%. So that was actually a bigger drop than we're at right now. I do think, some of these need to start bottoming at some point here. I mean, we're in extreme fear, been in some of the, lowest. If I go to even the 1 year, I mean, this is pretty much where we've seen big bounces before, at this almost getting down into single digit range, getting, 10, 12, 14. We are right now at 12. So getting quite low there. We've seen uncertainty where, the funding is going to basically zero. Usually there is more people long than short. That's just usually how it goes. You can see we've got into these panic levels a couple times now. We haven't seen capitulation yet in a long time, so we'll see what happens there. We haven't seen greed and FOMO since all the way back in what is the time frame here? When is this? About July of 2025. So it's been quite some time since we've basically seen so many people long. Obviously, longs usually go the opposite. When the price goes up or a lot, people are longing, and the price goes down, people are shorting, which is literally the opposite of what you should be doing. Now, if we go look at liquidation heat map before we get out of here, I'm sure everything is above to the upside. Yeah, you can see 72,000 on the 24-hour. If we go to 48-hour, the biggest liquidation cluster right now is at 77,000, and we do have a big CME gap. It was up top as well. So CME as well is kind of pointing towards getting a relief rally. It's interesting because the S&P 500 is doing basically nothing for the last couple days now. If we look at the last 2 days, the S&P 500 has done basically nothing. Crypto stocks have just been decimated. I mean, I ran just in the last couple of days down 33%. Crypto stocks just decimated. They were actually holding up quite well until this final kind of capitulation day yesterday. Look at how red these are. So that's a big bummer. If you are looking to gain positions into some of these are looking quite good. I ran, potentially coming down. It's actually testing the bottom of the bull market support band right now. I kind of have two bull market support bands. One I have is on the daily and one is on the weekly. So you can see the one that's more jagged is weekly. It's a little bit slower, but you know, even Mara like looking like, man, it's like bear market territory here. So quite interesting. That's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So I am not quite adding to any of my positions quite yet, but I do have a long on Solana and I do have a long on Bitcoin. My long on Bitcoin, I added about 79,000. Oh, I did average down. I started a little bit sooner, but small position. Again, if I link below to Bitunix, if you want to try any leverage trading or even buying spot, you can sign up in like 2 minutes with just an email, buy spot, transfer it to your own personal cold storage if you like. And yeah, that's it. It's the best way to support the channel besides hitting that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment below. How you guys doing out there? I hope everyone's surviving and not getting too down on yourself. I know I round tripped a lot of my gains. I'm happy I took some of my profits out, but I didn't take anywhere near as much as I should have, obviously. So it's quite insane. But you can see a lot of the liquidations to the upside. There's some liquidations now building. People are opening longs right here at like 70, obviously. So we'll see what we get here. So here's all of the Bitcoin exchange liquidations. If we go to like 30-day, I bet, yeah, they're extremely one-sided. If we go to 90-day, I'm sure it looks even worse. Yeah, look at this. I mean, $14 billion in liquidations. If you go down here, you got like a measly, you know, a couple $100 million. So yeah, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, have a great day. See you guys.